Hey everyone, I am going to do some succulent cuttings in hopes of getting some arrangements potted. I was cleaning the garage and I came upon these 8-hole feeder galvanized chicken feeders, and I thought they would be adorable with some succulents in them. I am unlucky that my succulents aren't doing great where they are now. None of them look incredibly happy. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take some cuttings. I'm going to do a dip of some alcohol like I did with some cuttings last week. This one especially looks like it has something going on, and I would rather be safe than sorry when I'm taking these cuttings. I did notice when I was looking at these that there are some roots formed already, so that's lucky for us. I could probably pop this in the soil without any problem. But I'm just going to go ahead and take some cuttings, dip them, and drop them in this tray, and then get them potted up, and then hopefully we have something new. I will probably have some extras, and we'll just go ahead and let those heal up and pot them separately. But why don't we go ahead and get some of these propagated. I'm going to start with this one, which very clearly is looking like it is going somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those off and give them a new place to live that isn't this one, because they don't seem awesome. Right now, I'm just going to cut and dip, and if there's something that I super need to cut off, I will take care of that. These ones will take a while to recover after this dip because they have a coating on them, a specialized coating. They probably won't be super happy that I'm dipping them, but I don't want to continue to populate any bug damage. I also noticed that this guy is not super happy. So a ton of stuff going on down here. I'm going to go ahead and clean him up and get him back in his pot. For right now, get him cleaned up. I could probably also separate some of these directly from mother plant. Take these as well. And there are roots. Let's see. I wonder if I bring this straight in. There are roots right here that can be potted directly into a pot. So keep those as well. I'm going to go ahead and just groom the rest of this one off. It looks like, although I have it in this terracotta, it doesn't. I have it in this terracotta, which should dry out rather quickly. It looks like this one is not, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I think I'll probably go ahead and put it somewhere so I know not to touch it with any water for the foreseeable future. So this mess doesn't anger anybody. Doesn't trigger anybody. But before, I'm not a clean gardener. I do clean up after myself. This one, let's do it. That one was pretty simple. This one also will not love being cut off, but again, I don't know exactly what's going on with this guy. He's just all around unhappy. I think I'm going to get rid of all the soil in here and as much as I can off of here. This is a really good example of a fallen leaf off of a succulent and how it will just grow a new one. This is going to get really dirty by the end of this, but I am in a better safe than sorry type of situation with some of these. Probably at this point, cut this one off and start all over. Okay. that one. This is moving on really quick today. Okay. Going easiest to hardest here. I'm gonna propagate off of this one. You can tell that it almost looks like sunburn on some of these, and I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I'm gonna go ahead and just take some chunks, and they will form leaves all on their own. And then hopefully what's left here will grow up and be happy. Try and take off the damage here and leave only what's good. There's an awful lot of damaged leaves here. No, I can propagate off of this. This one actually came from a church plant, and it came in the smallest little pot you'd ever seen. And so I am going to do what they did. Cut the top off to propagate. The base of the pot, I don't think there's anything else hanging out down here. And I will spray this, what's left of it, put it back on the shelf. Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that whole pot, just like I did with the other one. Well, this next one, definitely interesting. There are a couple different plants in here, and I will take a little bit of each and see what I end up with. I'm gonna start by just kind of taking them down to the base. A couple here. I will say the cuttings that I took last time, I'll give an update of those, and I'm not seeing any bug activity in the center where I took those cuttings, so that is a really good sign. That might take care of the bug problem. And this one I will deal with separately. That one is stretching for light. These ones are hard for me because it feels like every single time I touch them, something falls off. This is really cool. So this one's developing its own. Oh, that's right here. So if you were to take every one of these and lay them out, and maybe I'll do that to see how many propagate. Every one of these and lay them out on a tray and keep it moist. they would all form roots. So maybe I'll get 25 of them or so and lay them out and we can watch the progress on those. Run them off of this. I'll call just to make sure that they're clean. The rest of these seem to be pretty happy, so I'm going to let them continue to live in here. And I will spray this down for pests, and then work my way through the rest of this. Okay, almost done. I am just going to go ahead and lay them down on here. Entire tray full of succulents from, what, 3-4 pots? It's phase 1. So in this tray, we have the ivies and the tradescantias, and they all have roots going on in there. So that's exciting. A quick update on our seedlings. So it looks like we have seeds up on the Swiss chard, some butter crunch lettuce at this level. These we seeded the same day. We seeded both trays on the same day. And on this side, it looks like not much activity except for the carnations. And that's the very first time that I seeded those, so I'm excited about that activity. And then if I remove that, behind there are the spider plant pups and the cuttings that we took. Everything seems to be doing pretty well. No roots yet on some of these. Those are to come, but they all look very happy so far. And it feels as though we have some spider plant roots. That was pretty difficult to try and pull out. So excellent news on that. We'll go ahead and put the seedlings back, and that will be it for today. We'll keep updated on the succulents. Can't wait to see how this turns out. See you next time.